Well, he's Jason.
And I'm Jules.
And
we doing filmographies.
Yeah.
You got it going now?
I do.
Tonight we're going to be talking about
A Stoning in Fulham County.
But on the 5th day of Pitt's, Miss My True Love gave to me a stoning in Fulham County.
Hoorah!
Noble Willingham and Ken Olin, that guy from Payback, and Bradley Pitt. Speaking role.
First credited and speaking role. And really, he's the life and blood of this movie.
He's pretty.
I think he's the linchpin that kind of really cements it all.
He's got man, he does have such a good vibe. Because he's handsome, he's chill. He seems like the cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
He still seems like the cool guy. I've always thought of him as the cool guy. But he does seem like he'd be the coolest guy in your friend group. And you'd be like, I want to hang out with that dude.
Yeah, I'm glad he landed a role, the more sympathetic role. That really plays to his strength.
But he does kind of play some scumbags. This guy's still a scumbag.
Yes.
He does, it's interesting.
Well, no, I didn't actually pay attention to the, epilogue or whatever to know, does he go to jail? Because they were just trying the first two boys who threw the rocks.
I don't remember.
But then there was going to be a later trial for the other two boys for their involvement. But since they reduced the charges going into trial and convicted them for the lesser charges, it's possible the other guys would be off the hook, maybe. I don't know. Because the original charge was like reckless homicide or something. But then it was reduced to... like mischief and horseplay or
Tomfoolery?
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the defense attorney even says, like, well, why the hell is he lessening the charge now? It's because he ain't got nothing, and he knows it.
So this movie came out in 87.
Mm-hmm.
I think the incidents probably happened in 84.
Okay.
So, when I was like 2, I remember everybody was throwing rocks at the Amish.
Mm-hmm.
It was the thing we always did.
Yeah.
Really, as a community, we just get as many rocks as we could, wave for them, throw them at them.
Well, that's one of the nice things about growing up in Minnesota.
Right. And I'm just going to say, I remember the exact moment when I was 2.5
mm-hmm.
that it was all shut down because there were finally consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Ken Olin.
Yeah. I mean,
should we do the synopses?
Yeah. I just want to say, Ken Olin stopped to scourge.
I know.
God bless him.
Yes.
But also fuck him because I miss claping.
That's fair.
That's me?
Yeah. I like the sound of the rocks hitting big beards.
Okay.
A stoning in Fulham County. A group of hillbilly boys, including Teddy Johnson, Brad Pitt, go out for some good old-fashioned claping, a local tradition of tormenting the Amish, who are known for being passives. When an Amish infant ends up stoned to death, the new prosecutor, Jim Sandler, Ken Olin, a brash yet honorable Chicago native relocated to the Sleepy Hick town, is tasked with administering justice for the dead baby. Alongside local sheriff and amid a one-time claper, Sheriff Woodman, Greg Henry, Jim must convince the reticent Amish father of the dead Amish infant, Jacob Schuler, Ron Perlman, to testify to help strengthen his otherwise dead on arrival prosecution, at the risk of him and his family being ostracized and pinched on the arms from the po-dunk local rednecks and purported claping enthusiasts who are now driving over Ken Olin's shrubs.
God, that was the one thing. It's like, okay, claping, it's insane and cruel.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess, if there's got to be something. But at what point then is it, you're no longer worried about driving, and driving over a shrub isn't illegal, but then they could have hit him.
This isn't a JK?
No, I'm serious.
You're like, okay, it's one thing. It's fine if you throw rocks at the Amish. You've got to be mean to them, throw rocks at them. But you driving around on people's lawns?
It isn't even the fact that they're driving around on the lawn so much as they're actively terrorizing a prosecutor.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
It's like the Amish thing, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And there's death. But even if they're able to compartmentalize that in their dumb pea brains.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just claping. That's what we all do,
It's not just the rock thing either. They terrorize those horses. They're racing their cars at the horses, trying to freak them out.
Well, and they say the boys themselves had already been involved in several claping incidents that night.
God, these kids are shitty.
Because there was a report from a town over or something where it was a red pickup and there was a claping involved. And I think that's when they're like, oh, but this other boy was driving that truck. So they're like, oh, well, we got to find that other boy because, boy, he could be this boy or whatever. But what they don't know, although Jim Sandler comes to find out, is that the second youngest daughter had actually saw the boys to some extent. She could identify them.
I wish I could remember these kids' names. Is the dead baby Esther?
It is. The real dead baby's name was Adeline.
Oh, really? You looked up dead baby?
I did.
Okay. Let's take it right to the beginning, Julian.
Yep.
Let's take them through a stoning in Fulham County.
Okay, so we got a bunch of Amish.
Yep.
Who,
raising barns.
Traditionally pacifists, apparently.
Selling really good furniture at flea markets.
Boy, their craftsmanship on that coffin.
Top of the line. Fuck. God damn it. All right, continue. That little coffin makes me sad.
I made a joke to Callie that I was pretending to be another character in the movie, like, God damn, Jim, that's a nice coffin. You should get into furniture making, because they are known for furniture.
Did she just stare at you?
She said, God damn. I said, you're right. I am proud of that one. So yeah, they're at a Amish gathering. What they do, they bake a lot of bread and raise barns.
They sing?
There's some singing.
So will ich singen.
It's weird. It almost feels like they're saying grace, but there's singing involved.
Yeah.
So they're leaving the thing, and a bunch of boys, Brad Pitt and his 3 roustabout friends, are in a truck. His friend's driving, Pitt's shotgun, 2 boys are in the back.
Well, and then also, let's not forget that they introduced us to this baby. Things are coming. You meet Ron Perlman, his pretty young wife.
She's smoking.
Yep. We're trying to figure out how this age difference works. And they have a young daughter who's probably 6.
Yeah.
And she's like, can I hold the baby? And they let her hold that baby. And it's adorable. Right there. You're sold. You're like, I like that baby and I like that little girl.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Now let's go ahead and meet tragedy on a dirt road.
Yep. So we see the families in the buggy. Mom's riding shotgun with the baby. Kids are in the back. Dad's driving. A single horse-drawn carriage. And the boys are in their truck, and they kind of like, sort of post up at the top of a hill, waiting for some claping victims to come by. And
yep, headlights off, just waiting for trouble.
And now the buggy's got a lantern on, so you can see it coming, And then boom, pull out the fucking lights.
There's another one up ahead.
Flying down the road at them.
Without that lantern, you might think that road's haunted, just hearing them horse hoofs go clip, clip,
what?
clip.
And once they see the truck coming, it's, Ron, what is he going to do?
Yeah,
right. So he just tries
into
to
the ditch,
control the horse, which is starting to get crazy. And as they go by, the guys in the back just start chucking big fucking like brick chips at this buggy, which I don't know if we mentioned it. It's a buggy, so It's got like fabric on the back. It's like a Oregon Trail style. What do they call that? A wagon? Covered wagon.
Train. Yeah.
Covered wagon.
Got all them people with dysentery in the back.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't going to make it.
So then the horse just goes buck wild and breaks out. And I'm thinking, okay, Ron Perlman only has like an also starring or featuring credit. He's going to die right now, He doesn't. Gets it under control. Everybody okay? My wrist is a little hurt, They get home, and we see the baby constantly. They're showing it around.
It's completely covered and like kind of like a block of wood the way they're passing it around. It's not moving. It's not like a little baby. They're not supporting it like an actual baby.
No, I assumed
what's up with that baby?
They were just using a doll. They got a couple of establishing shots of a real baby, but henceforth it's just going to be a doll.
Everybody knows that if you can't have the baby there all the time, you rent a monkey and you wrap the monkey up in a towel.
Yeah.
Make sure you look it in the eyes as much as possible.
Yeah.
Show
and
your
point and laugh at its genitals.
Then it rips yours off. Yeah.
And wears them. So they come to find out, oh no, Esther's dead.
They unfurl that blanket or whatever, and you're like, oh, that baby's so cute, it's sleeping. And then they like touch behind its head. Blood.
It's brains. It's like a real JFK scenario, right? So the dad runs to the farmer next door or wherever.
We've been claped.
I must use your phone.
What's the matter, Jacob?
Some kids, they threw at the buggy. Some kind of old red truck. Hello? I need help, quick.
I need the phone. God damn it. Jim Schuler, get your own fucking phone. It's 1987. You can get a beeper too, you idiot. So he calls, and then the farmer goes, dial 911. That's the number.
And that's how Jacob became the king of New York. He got a beeper,
Yeah.
and shit just fell into place.
It did. It's like, I need an ambulance. I'm Amish, but I know all the terms. Come help my baby.
Well, yeah, I mean, they leave their compounds. They go to town.
I guess.
Need supplies.
Get a saw wrapped in paper. That's what he's getting later in the movie.
Yeah, that's not...
He's walking out with the saw using both hands.
That's bad. That was like a Minnesotan.
Like it's
accent.
wrapped up. Yeah.
We're from Minnesota.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
we got Amish people here.
We're going to need 5 saws. I can't do it either.
We're going to need 5 saws. Hey?
That's much better.
That's Canadian.
Sounds kind of Irish.
A little
too.
bit of everything.
Man,
I
I
got-
guess we'll just keep doing that Australian one because it's flawless.
I get a saw coming. It's keeming. So they fucking, they call the sheriff gets there. He calls the prosecutor because he's like, this is the big one, Jim.
They're inconsolable. We gave them some Chucky bars.
And the farmer guy whose phone he used heard a good deal of what had happened, but Jacob Schuler himself is not giving a statement.
I heard him say something about red trucks and Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm. Every man's dream, And so
Except for it's Jacob's nightmare.
And hey, Jacob, where's your ladder? Hey, you hoser. And
How
so,
are you gonna find Macaulay Culkin if you ain't got no ladder?
how you gonna raise a barn with no ladder, eh?
Yeah.
So the Jim's like, hey, Ron Perlman, stellar beard, all right. Maybe not the time and the place, but I gotta establish that, right? Your kid's dead or something? Yeah, well, it's the Lord. Giveth and he taketh, says the raven. Or whatever.
Now, within 24 hours, we all must gather around the picnic table and each eat a bite of her. Yeah, shots, please. Oh, shit, we're going root beers? Fuck yeah.
Still early enough. I
All
can
right.
drive home without crashing.
Yeah. You recording this time, Jules?
I am. I don't know about that. All right, root beer. Root beer 99. Bottoms up.
Do you think this is going to be just as good as that 1919 root beer? It smells good?
Well, it smells
I
like
say you
that
take a
barrel
smell.
of candy and rubbing alcohol, so. God.
Oh, fuck it. I'm all fired up for some Clayton now. We can blame it. We can blame it on the 99 root beers.
Yeah. We don't got to blame it on anything. They ain't going to arrest us. Boys being boys.
Yep.
Locker room talk.
What? Will they call us boys? That'd be nice.
Them boys being boys.
Them-
Is all.
Them grown-ass men. Nah, they boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, look at it. It's right. It landed right upon the other bottle.
That's
Good
my
job.
plan.
Yeah, we throw them at the walls afterwards. It's fun.
So what we got here is,
Some Clayton victims,
well, there's a dead baby,
beards.
but the community, the vocal aspect of the community, by and large, don't seem to give a shit.
We don't like them. They're all stuck up.
Yeah.
They got their horrendous body odor. They're always making that furniture. It's better than my furniture. I can't afford it.
So what where we're at right now is the community, by and large, doesn't care.
Everybody, man and boy, harassed the Amish.
He's wrong. It's only 50%.
He made it sound like a rite of passage.
And in fact, not only do they not care, they actually would like for everybody to shut the fuck up about it. Hey, Jim, shut the fuck up about trying to prosecute our kids. Because they find them later that same night. And
With a truck bed full of rocks.
yeah, and
Ready for Clayton.
making them stand out in the rain.
We was just out claping, that's all. We was just trying to have some fun.
Fun? You killed a kid. That your idea of fun, Bowman?
Brad Pitt's all remorseful. Oh, shucks. I'm a real Opie type,
I can emote really well through my eyes.
And this is the
I'm
first
better than all these other boys.
and this is the first time we hear the term claping, which I thought it was just like local slang for they're shooting clay pigeons, which is also what I thought, oh, that's what the truck bed is full of, right? Even though I know that they were doing the claping. But it comes to pass that claping is specifically a term used when you're like violent against the Amish.
Where's that word come from? Claping.
Clapes is a derogatory name, some people call it. It goes back so far, I don't think anybody remembers anymore where the word came from.
Who are defenseless and weird. But we don't hold that against them.
They're a little weird. They seem good.
They seem fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well,
I'd
I'm
be hitting
thinking,
on all their women.
I think there's issues in the
Well-
Amish community. But listen, by and large,
Yeah.
they're not causing problems.
Because that's just it. They don't want vengeance, which is why they're not going to cooperate. But when he's talking to the head guy later, I don't know.
The king?
Yeah, exactly. He goes, "Hey, man, why don't you help me with Jacob?" Well, Jacob's a stubborn man, and blah, blah, blah. So it's like,
see if you can charm him by giving him some banana peels.
I will
he
talk
likes
to
eat
him.
5 banana peels in the morning.
When it's time, I'll put a banana in the tailpipe and we'll have a good laugh about it. Beverly Hills Cop. So it doesn't seem like their boss is like against cooperating with the police or, bringing someone to justice.
Jacob's just stubborn, has beliefs.
Right. So it's like, well, if your boss isn't fucking down on it, why are you? You suck up,
He's an individual, man.
Trying to make headway with corporate? The fuck out of here with that.
Is God the head of corporate?
If not him, who?
If not here, when?
Right? I mean, the memos are weird and mysterious, but he's got a way.
If not now, how? Yes.
Exactly. So it kind of feels like it's just this dude being a fucking asshole.
Who?
Jacob.
Yeah.
And not honoring the death of his child with a, prosecution or whatever. So the town's just like, hey, Jim Sandler, man, drop it. Yeah, there's a dead baby, but...
You want your kid to keep getting his arm pinched in class?
Because his kid's getting into fights. His wife actually kind of becomes a douchebag. Turns on him pretty quick.
Let it go. Fuck him.
I went to get gas, and they said that your private practice is losing customers? Oh, yeah, but what do you want me to do? Ignore it? Well, no, but at the same time, yes.
Would you want to lose your business over dogs? They're dogs, honey.
I went clapping yesterday, and it was fine. Nobody died, Jim.
I've been teaching our boy.
But then Jacob's wife. So Jacob builds a coffin, they bury the kid, and it's pretty sad.
Yeah, they lower it with ribbons.
Yeah. But they don't fill up the hole all the way. They just do a couple of chucks.
In case it wants to come out.
We're done. As much as we're going to do.
Comes out and it's ready to feed.
We also work in mysterious ways. Much like the Lord. And so Jim's kind of building a case. I like the sheriff. He's admitted he's claped in his day.
I went out clapping myself once when I was 14, 15. Thought you'd want to know.
One case at a time.
This is the blonde guy from Payback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. I used to think that his name was David Paymer.
Oh.
Because they were both in Payback.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, that just seemed like that would be his name.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Greg Greg Davies, Greg Alaga.
God, he's also in something else that I'm more familiar with him in. But
I feel like he's in a bunch of shit.
didn't
His
look.
name doesn't stick at all.
No.
He's also in that goddamn Brian De Palma I tried to watch. Body Double with Melanie Griffith.
Oh, I was going to say. Body Double with Melanie Griffith?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Man.
If looks could kill.
Twists in that one.
Dress to Kill.
This is you. Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
You know what? I wish I had tried to watch Body Double after seeing Dress to Kill because I feel like I would have had more of an appreciation for De Palma at that moment.
I hear Blowout's pretty solid.
Body Double, I was just like, this is stupid. I see where this is going. I can see the bad makeup on the bad guy, and I know exactly who it is. It's
Right.
a real Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad and Matlock, where I'm just like, oh, that's that guy.
That's got to be the guy.
I know who this guy is.
Yeah.
But I like
No.
that guy. You like that guy?
Yeah, I do quite a bit.
Yeah. He's
Like I
still
said,
alive.
I would like for there to have been like a spinoff where it's the prosecutor and him coming together to solve crimes, right? The prosecutor's got his big city ways, but he knows the law. And the other guy's got his little town ways.
And he's like, I'm a little bit country.
And I'm a
Ken
little
Olin's
bit
like,
Chicago.
Yeah. And we lost the recording earlier where I was talking about how much I like Ken Olin.
You
And
loved him.
I love him. I was watching it, and I was like, hi, this guy, whatever. 5 minutes later, I said, this guy is interesting. Reminds me of Chris Messina. I'm into it. And then I realized I just saw this motherfucker on 30-something when we're watching the Brad Pitt TV shows. He's charming. He's handsome.
Yeah.
He's effortless.
Yeah, I think they kind of set him up in a not... It doesn't ingratiate you towards him when you first meet him.
No, like,
for some
what is
reason.
with that, it's just like light, fluffy nothing in the beginning. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't care about these people. It takes a while to sink into the non-Amish people.
It's real socialite kind of bullshit. For me, he looks just like the default male character from Fallout 4. Especially when he does his hair thing. I don't know. It's weird. But he's a good-looking dude. He's solid in here. Him and the sheriff, I love him.
Yeah.
Willingham.
Noble Willingham.
Later on as the
Is he
judge.
Still alive?
Ooh.
That other gray-haired
I
guy
doubt
that
it.
he talks to later that looks like the dude that freezes to death in Scrooged.
Mm-hmm.
He's still alive. It's crazy when you see somebody in something from the 80s with gray hair and you're like, oh, that motherfucker's old. They got to be dead. Oh, they're not dead?
Yeah, I feel like Willingham died like shortly after Walker, but I've been known to be completely full of shit.
When the eyes
Of the ranger are upon you. Anything you do, he will see.
God damn, that's such a
When
funny...
you're in Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the ranger's gonna be.
That's great. I applaud you.
It just came to me.
I only knew the first part. I can't believe Chuck Norris sings the theme song to that.
Yeah, he
Speak
does.
Sings it.
Yeah, boy. There's a scene when a whole neighborhood's blowing up, and he's just running down the street, and all these houses are blowing up.
In Walker?
Yeah. He jumps out of a window. He fucks.
Clarence Williams III catches him in his arms.
At one point, he does, actually, when he jumps out of a wedding cake.
Noble Williams riding on a...
There's a scene where Walker jump kicks and goes through a windshield and kicks a guy driving a car.
That's pretty wild. I don't think you can do that.
No, I think you'd probably break your foot, maybe your hip, cut yourself up quite a bit. But as the car is coming at you, you'd probably kill the person driving.
I don't think you would actually get through the windshield. I think windshields
it
are
would
extremely
hit
hard
you
to break. Yeah.
and just shatter your body.
Yeah, and then the windshields would have like that little bit of spider webbing, but nothing
Not
happened.
even, probably. Just your crotch is broken.
Not good.
It's not. Now, this movie reminds me of Banshee. I don't think you've seen that show.
No, I don't like TV. I threw mine in the garbage.
Oh.
I only watch stuff on my phone
Yeah.
because I like technology.
Right.
And TV, that's super 1930s.
I like feeling like a giant. So if I have it in my phone, I'm like, look at this puny human. You know?
Right. Chuck Norris, you think you can hurt me? You're little. I can put you in my mouth.
Right.
And then I put my phone in my mouth,
Mhm.
and, I use it when I'm on the toilet a lot,
Mhm.
so I get a lot of germs in my mouth.
Yuck mouth. That's what they call it.
Jacking off, holding onto your phone.
Yeah. Coming on the screen. That's what
Yep,
we do.
yep.
So the town's like, hey, Jim, knock it off. But Jim's like, I'm not going to do that.
Absolutely not. Fuck you guys.
And
They
his
killed
wife-
the baby. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's the biggest problem with this movie. So there is a scene that's incredibly insane because the boys get out while they're standing trial.
Hell yeah. This is when the Amish is in town.
And they're in town. And one of them jumps into a truck after the daughter's like, hey, Daddy, that's the guy.
But he didn't hear her say that. They didn't even notice the Amish, right?
No, he didn't hear him say that. The dad did.
Right, but the bad guy,
No.
he didn't hear nothing.
They just jump into the... I don't even think it's the guy with the mustache. I think it's
just
like another guy just...
with a red truck?
But I think it's his truck. But I don't think he's the one. I don't know.
This is,
So
this is very emblematic of fucking dirtbag rural America.
Yeah,
all the small towns have these fucking small brain shitheads.
They get
in
into
trucks.
the truck and they just... and they're fucking fishtailing through Main Street, scaring them, go all the way up the block, flip it around, come just barreling at them, and almost hits them again. And, I mean, they're driving so reckless. I mean, I get it. It's the Amish, but normies are around. You might hurt some normie person, you know? So, again, the horse loses its shit, typical horse. But Jim Sandler jumps in.
Ken Olin to the rescue.
Shh. Sleep. You're dead now. And the horse just keels over. It's like, what kind of powers does this man's hair possess? But then Schuler goes to him. He goes, thank you for saving me, Jim Sandler. But this doesn't change anything. I'm still not going to testify, nor is my daughter.
Fuck you for doing the right thing.
So Jim's got no case. He lowers the penalty, trying to get a better verdict. The slick defense attorney, he's just showboating, and everybody on the jury is claped, except for the black guy.
Maybe a little bit of Clayton to fit in. Take the heat off of his
He
blackness.
talks big talk, but
Maybe he says things like, I ain't got a problem with the Amish, but if they try to marry my sister,
am I
we
right?
got a problem. I ain't
Yep.
gonna have no half Amish kids in my family.
Right. He notches his belt, but
Did I do the voice good?
It's bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally a black guy.
It's a black guy fitting in with country boys.
Yeah. God damn it. I'm listening to Hootie. He
Yeah, he do that country now.
He black too.
Man.
Kind of.
Oh, Darius.
Yeah. I hear he's actually pretty good. It's country music. I don't know.
Yeah, Hootie exploded with that one album.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really after that. I remember when they tried doing singles from the next one, but that country album,
even
he's
that
huge.
was kind of country. Slight.
The first album?
Slight tinge.
No.
I'm Hootie and the Blowfield.
I don't think he said that. He said, hold my hand. I'm going to love
that's
you
right.
the best that I can.
That's country.
Let her cry.
See it?
Till the sun comes up tomorrow. All right, you're right.
Let her die as long as I'm not inside her. So we're at the point where there ain't much Jim can do. Schuler don't want to testify. He refuses to let his daughter testify. Sandler has no case other than he put them on trial, but he can't actually link them to the event. There's some boy out there that apparently may also have been possibly a perpetrator.
Mystery boy.
He pops up all of a sudden, and it's a real nothing burger. Jim's just fucking tap dancing and bebopping all over him. Where was the daughter? Was she in the front? Was she in the back?
Were you in the cab? Were you in the bed?
Uh-huh.
Well, fuck you, because
Was it a
Brad
Tuesday?
Pitt was in the cab along with Funky McGee.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't there. You're a liar. Work out your daddy issues somewhere else. I don't sound like Ken Olin right now. I'm sorry.
And what does that mean, his daddy issues?
He wants to suck his dad's dick?
Oh.
Daddies make him horny.
Oh.
Yeah.
There is a point where Brad Pitt and his mother shows up at the Schuler home, and he goes,
I was in the front seat, Mr. Schuler. I didn't do any throwing. Honest. I didn't mean to cause you any pain.
gosh, I'm real sorry for, your daughter dying and whatnot.
And he looks sad.
He does.
He looks like he doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't.
His mom's making him do it.
But he's like, oh, I got it. And she goes, hey, come in and have some fruit. His wife, Schuler's wife.
Yeah. She's like, I'd like to get to know you a little bit more.
Frau Schuler, yeah. Yeah. There's a man who's been peeking in our window while I shower.
Take what you need.
He looks like
The son of Jesus.
Yes.
and so he leaves. And Ron Perlman comes in like, I don't like that shit. The fuck is this guy doing here?
Why are these motherfuckers coming to my house giving me these fake sorrows?
This motherfucker.
Because, at one point he even said, like, I'm not going to go after them. If they did it, then they should admit to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they feel guilty, they should take the consequences. Something like that?
Yes, which Brad Pitt starts to do and almost fulfills, but gets to a certain threshold and then just runs away.
He made his bed, he started to lay in it, and then he rolled out.
I kind of thought he was going to join them.
The Amish?
Yeah.
Start building barns?
Yeah. Start hanging out. Schuler takes him under his wing.
Maybe he's going to marry that daughter when she gets of age, like 12.
I thought he was going to marry Schuler's wife.
Oh, I don't think they do that.
And just
that's
whatever.
Not the Amish.
Okay.
That's the Mormons.
Oh, the Mormons, of course.
I don't think they share wives either. I think you get 6 or however many wives you want.
She
but
only
you
gets
and
my
me
penis.
don't share
No,
a
no,
wife.
no. We share each other, but not wives. That's the Mormon way.
Oh, man. They do. Yep, black people are allowed in the Mormon church now.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't for a very
As
long
valets.
time. I think it's only recently.
1978.
So, fuck. Jim's fucked. His wife is kind of backing him up a little bit, but she's also kind of like, maybe we should not do this. What do we do? All of a sudden, Schuler's daughter, she goes, listen, Dad.
Sometimes I get so scared and angry about what happened. Papa, you don't have to, but I got to do what Mr. Sandler said. I got to tell what I saw. So what happened to Esther, I don't want it to happen to nobody else because of me.
I gotta testify.
Yeah.
You may be a fucking chump.
This shit is powerful. Keep going.
You may be a fucking idiot. Coward. You may be a loser. But not me. I gotta fucking do what's right. Because all I got is my name.
When I walk into a room that you're in, all I smell is pussy.
I smell pussy! Yo, he's a pussy, man!
I just vomit. You disgust me, father.
You're not clean down there.
And you too, mother. You call this breakfast? She throws the plate on the floor. So, fuck, they're in court. 0 hour. Jim's trying to tug at heartstrings, but it's inadmissible.
I like it, though. His
powerful.
speech is good.
It is, man.
We can't divorce the deed from the history of harassment of the Amish. Everybody does it. It's violence. And it's condoned against a group of people because they're different. Won't strike back. And for that, we all have to share the guilt. Almost as disturbing as the baby's dying is the action afterwards.
Fucking that hair.
If we might not want to prosecute the people in our community, but if we don't have justice for everybody, we have justice for nobody.
Exactly.
Fucking yeah.
What if the Amish clape your boy and he dies? He doesn't say that, but I mean, that's the implication.
But let's all also understand that there is justice for nobody, because if you are rich, you don't have to do any time.
I mean, they're hick rich, but yeah, they got a little bit more money.
I just meant in general.
No, I know what you mean.
Life right now
exactly.
is miserable.
You're not less than zero, okay? You're more than that. When all of a sudden, the courtroom is abuzz. People are fucking jumping over chairs.
I almost started crying.
What the hell?
I was kind of losing my shit quietly.
Amish are here. And look outside, and the buggies pulled up. They're valeting the buggy. And the news reporters, oh, my God, you're Amish. How's your life? Oh, and also, what are you here for?
Are you guys that wear the magic underpants?
Are you Keebler elves? And so they make room. And he parts the fucking sea. And he goes into the courthouse. And all of a sudden, the lawyer's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, we'll take the
guilty?
deal. Hey.
Table for guilty?
Dude, seriously, Jenny's show ended like 5 minutes before the scene, and we'd been kind of making fun of this movie a little bit throughout the whole night.
Yeah.
I almost started weeping over there. As soon as they showed up, I knew it was coming.
Right.
But when they showed up, I was like, yeah, man, they fucking killed that baby. Fucking get him. You get him.
You know what I said to Callie?
Fucking get him?
No. He should have just hired somebody to dress up as an Amish guy.
Oh, yeah.
And just show up. And the same result.
Well, they don't have money in the Amish communities. They actually have these giant spools that are really hard to move. So they just pass word around the community on who owns them and then exchange them that way.
Well, I just meant if you have a guy dress up to pretend like he's Amish and just show up.
Oh, maybe Sandler did that?
That's what I would have done.
Yeah, as the lawyer.
Yeah, just hire a guy who's Amish to show up.
Not as Jacob Tremblay, the Amish man.
No. An Amish guy, because they can't tell the difference. They all look the same to them,
Right. Oh, that's your racism.
Well, that's what they do. Mm-hmm, they clape it because they're racists.
Guys, it's happening here. Jules is brown, and he thinks all the white people look alike.
You put a beard on a guy with no mustache.
It's not just us.
He looks exactly like any other Amish guy.
Everybody.
What I mean, though, is that he could have just literally hired an Amish guy to show up, and they would have buckled.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to.
I think they all knew.
I wonder if they wrote it this way so that the Amish didn't actually have to testify, because then he wouldn't be going against his credo. But by showing up, it's enough to get the ball rolling. And then they're like, and then Jim went on to be a virulent racist and prosecuted many blacks, and his wife was a idiot who left him.
Remember the Central Park 4? That was him.
He orchestrated that, actually, is what happened. Then, the fucking movie ends, I guess.
Yeah. Ken Olin, he's the real winner. Mm-hmm. He fucking nails it. Your blonde sheriff friend, Greg.
Yeah.
Real good.
Solid.
Brad Pitt.
Good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not a lot of scenes.
No.
Always magnetic. Your eyes go to him when he's in there.
Where is he from?
Brad Pitt?
Yeah. The South?
Idaho?
Maybe?
I think he's from, Oklahoma?
Because Johnny Depp's from Kentucky.
Johnny Depp rocking good hair his whole career. Brad Pitt? No.
Shawnee, Oklahoma. Not the same as Massachusetts, but this feels like South Carolina. Or North Carolina, which is more southern than South Carolina.
Yeah, I liked Pitt in this. I liked a lot of the acting. This movie is pretty boring. The music makes a lot of scenes very bad. Mm-hmm. Very soap opera, melodramatic music playing. Mm-hmm. Very specifically 1987.
I honestly, I think the end result elevates above the base material.
It's not a bad story. It's just told very boringly. Boringly? Is that
boringly, yeah.
This movie, was it like an hour and 48 minutes?
I think it was just an hour and 48 minutes.
I just said that.
An hour and 34 minutes.
No.
That's what they say on IMDb.
I don't think that's right.
Your trusted site.
I do trust them. I don't think that's right. I think
well,
it's like
then what else do we believe in?
This thing is I'm just kidding. Here, you keep talking.
Dylan,
I'm going to
look
bring
it
it
up.
up on Netflix on my phone.
Look it up.
Runtime.
No, go to IMDb, by all means.
Oh, Jenny says no matter how fast you are, nobody can outrun their past.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck is that?
God damn, what's waiting for you upstairs?
What's she going to do to me?
So, yeah, man, I mean, it's a fine film. If I had to rate it, which we normally don't do, but if I had to, I'd probably give this movie a 6, to be honest.
Oh, wow. I was actually thinking about it being a 6 originally. And then it says an hour and 34 minutes. And then at a certain point, I was so bored trying to watch it that I was like, I got to give it like a 5.5.
Yeah.
Remember when we weren't going to do decimals at all? And then I just marched right into decimals forever and ever?
Yeah. Well, for anybody that doesn't know, Jason just does whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, totally. It's our podcast. Who cares? I feel like of the time, in like 87, even up to like 91, I probably would have thought this was a good 6 or 7. Like, I would have thought this is good and powerful. This far removed from it with the music, the length, and all of that. God, it's not even a long movie.
It's funny you mention that. I don't even remember the music.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, lots of key scenes. It was just like, this is
no
awful.
idea.
And then the Amish and the cut into their singing scenes where they're doing that.
Here's the question. Is it better than Sleepers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It is better than Sleepers.
Okay. Because I think we gave that a 4.
I don't
Maybe
know
a
if
3.
that's true. Really? I hated Sleepers.
You give it a 1? 2? I don't know, man. We should probably figure that out at some point. But I gave it a 6.
I say 5.5.
Okay.
What do you give BP?
Brad Pitt, I'm gonna give him a 6 as well.
Oh shit! I was gonna give him a 7.
Okay.
I actually thought with what little he has to work with, the amount of charisma that he has, the ability to convey regret and sadness through this, I thought he was good. I'm
fair enough.
primed for some Pitt performances.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This is the start of it, right? I mean, we've been through a lot of extra work, some TV stuff. Some of that occurs after this, but
yeah, we lumped all the TV and shorts.
As far as movies are concerned, this is like
the beginning.
Yeah, the Pittocalypse.
So I wonder, just offhand, how many not great movies do you think we have to go through before we hit like a real movie?
I'm gonna say maybe 2 more.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess what's a real movie? I guess I was thinking like real Pitt performances people talk about.
Right.
Not Johnny Suede, not Cool World, but maybe like
Cool
A
World's
River
the
Runs Through It.
beginning.
You think so?
But even then, it was sort of like, oh, this other guy's okay, because he's not the main guy.
Gabriel Byrne?
No, I'm saying him as he's the other guy, Brad Pitt.
Oh, yeah.
This other guy's okay, but...
When was the last time you saw Cool World?
Oh, God, it would probably be...
When it came out on video?
Yeah.
Dude, samesies. I didn't like it.
Is that 2000?
You think Cool World came out in... Even Monkey Bone.
No, what is that, like 94, 95?
No, it's
91?
probably like 92.
92?
Yeah. I mean, it's before Thelma, I think. I don't even know what's coming up next. Give me 1 second. Why don't you give them the rundown on life? Yeah, so you can follow us on social media. We on Reddit, Instagram, Facebook. We doing filmographies. Twitter, do filmographies. You could Gmail us at wedoingfilmographies@gmail.com. There's a hotline, 763-637-4891. Oh, no. No. 763-634. Okay. Did I say 7? I don't know. I can't get my phone to work. 763-634-4891. Why don't we just drop that thing in? Okay. Next week, we will be watching the 6th day of Brad Pitt. Wait, I guess it's tomorrow, not next week, because we're doing them each day. 6th day, tomorrow, the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. I got distracted. Tomorrow, from the year 1988, the same year as Estonian Fulham County. Yeah. We were wrong. It's not 1987. Oh, it's less than 0. The Dark Side of the Sun. The Dark Side of the Sun. Brad Pitt plays Rick. It's got a 5.4 on IMDb. Sweet. 0.5 less than Estonian and Fulham County. Oh. So we'll see you tomorrow with a bunch more Brad Pitt. Mm-hmm. Have you told people to listen to this fucking podcast?
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, I was worried you were thinking I was talking to you.
No, I don't tell people.
This is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
30 Days of Brad Pitt.
Right. I mean, come on.
Secretly 31 because there's 31 days. It's December. Why would we do just 30?
You're right. It doesn't make any sense.
We'll see you tomorrow with a movie I've never seen before.
The Dark Side of the Sun.
Ah, it's burning me up, except for it's not because it's
also
dark
a little
over
dark.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, bye.
Bye.